Well, it is January 2nd, and how's that New Year's resolution going that you made to get healthier this year?
Many of us, so many of us, are vowing to eat better, to lose some weight, and to improve our fitness in the new year.
Our next guest says you can achieve all of that goal by doing less. Joy Thurman is the author of the best-selling book, The Minimum Method, The Least You Can Do to Be Stronger, Healthier, Happier. Joy, welcome to Live@4.
Hi, Joy. Congratulations on the book.
Thank you. It's nice to be back in Wisconsin.
I think you're a Wisconsin native.
I am, Appleton.
I think people like The Least You Can Do.
That's a good title,
That's the selling point. Absolutely. What are you talking about here?
Less is more?
I mean, a little bit less is more. So I took totality of evidence, whether it's sleep, nutrition, gut health, mindset, and what is the minimum effective dose to get results from that. So I took that and put it within a book. There's several hundred references in here. And yes, if you want to look like a bodybuilder, you got to do more. But for most people, they want to be healthy, they want to sleep better, they want to feel better, and that's what I put in this book.
The Cliff Notes version of it is that if you eat less during the week, you can eat more on the weekend and still be healthier.
Yeah, so that's the weekday diet in the nutrition section there, and that's research-based from Dr. Bill Campbell, my buddy. So basically, you're eating a little bit less during the week, make sure your protein is equated, and then on the weekends, you can have about 35% more calories, which by way of carbohydrates in Wisconsin, we love our breads and everything too. So whether it's more calories, that it keeps your metabolism up, and you burn more fat that way because you get a little metabolic spike on the weekend. Just don't go too crazy.
But you still need to exercise.
Absolutely. With that study, they were working out 3 or 4 days a week, and people look at that like, well, I don't have time to resistance train 3 or 4 days a week. You have 10 minutes a day. You can do some squats, some push-ups, some exercise, snacking, as I call it. So yes, exercise, movement, walking, just a little bit more than you're doing now, and keep adding along the way.
So 3 hours on the treadmill is not going to do a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to do that. I always say if you want to change the way you look, you need to resistance train and add some resistance to the muscle tissue itself so it adapts and forms. So if you look like a large pear and you're just doing cardio, you're just going to look like a smaller pear. You know, you're doing just some squats, some sit-ups, some planks, some things like that. Then that will actually change the shape of your body and help your metabolic rate.
You also talk a lot in the book, which I love, about the mental component and breathing. You have a great technique. I love this, and I've actually been doing it since I read about it, the 5-finger breathing method.
You want to try it?
Yes.
Okay,
let's
so
do it.
5-finger breathing. This is basically going to bring us from sympathetic fight or flight to parasympathetic rest, digest, recover. So basically, we're going to take your hand and we're going to trace the outside here. We're going to breathe in as we come up through the nose. Ready? In. Pause here, and then slow exhale. Pause at the bottom. In. Oh, look at that, right at the camera. Exhale.
Right in the camera.
In. Pause. Exhale.
In with the nose, out with the mouth.
Yep. You can, it doesn't matter. There you go. And then in, and then out.
I love this.
Oh, yeah.
This is something you could even teach to kids.
It's great because it brings touch and sensation. So if you really want to do it and you want to like have that connection and that bonding, which helps the mental stimuli as well, your grandparents, you know, like with consent, like go trace along the hands, and you're literally connecting, with your grandchild, with anybody else, with your loved one. It's a really nice thing to do. So basically, people say, "Oh, take a deep breath when you're stressed." Actually, want to take a deep exhale. So we want a longer exhalation and a shorter inhalation. If you can, in through the nose, 20% more oxygen, and then out of the nose or out of the mouth, it doesn't really matter, just slower.
What are realistic expectations for changing your body?
Yeah, I mean, just get moving and make sure your sleep is consistent, going to bed and waking up at the same time every single day, 7 days a week. I know you guys probably up early. Doing that, then that's going to help burn fat. That's going to help with your endocrine system, so your hormones, testosterone, estrogen, all that sort of stuff. But half a pound to a pound a week, or 1% of your weight loss, and I say fat loss instead of weight loss because you can lose weight on the scale, but doesn't necessarily mean it's fat. So 1% of your body weight per week is about good, and adding muscle tissue about 0.25 to half a pound per week if we're looking at specific numbers, what the research says.
And it's all in the book. You help figure out how many calories you should be consuming, and 10 minutes a day of just something a little bit strenuous is really all you need to do.
Yeah, we want our body to adapt, so that strain to the body just a little bit, just the minimum for maximum results. Look at that, I should write a book. Right there. Yeah, that'd be a great book title. That right there is going to help you. Just stress the body just a little bit. You don't need to work out so hard where you can't sit down and go to the bathroom the next day. just like too much. People don't want that. And when we stress that all over and over again, I even apologized at the beginning of the book for the fitness industry and myself at 23 years old. You need to do more and more and more and more and more. Well, athletes take rest days, they take bye weeks, they take off days. Why don't we do the same? So give yourself some grace mentally and physically.
Great read for the new year.
That's right.
It's the least you can do.
The least you can do.
Joey, thanks for being with us today.
Happy New Year, Joey.
Great to meet you.
Congratulations on the book.
Happy New Year. Thank you.